what really science, what he means, what he understands by science in his day. And he adopts the manner of very popular ever since Aesop in Greece, doing these little stories, the fables about insects, took his cue from the insects. And many have tried to do the same, and he does the same. He uses the fable of an insect fable. And he says he tries to compare the activity of science with that of the ant and the spider and the bee. You all know it? No. The ant, you do. The ant, the spider, and the bee. It says, which is science to be compared with? What the ant does, the spider does, or the bee does? And he asks about the ant. And he says, well, the ant goes here and there, the ants go here and there, and they gather bits of stuff, and they all come together. A great cooperative effort, and they bring a whole lot of stuff, and build up a big pile of heap and ants. He says, that's not right science, going around gathering facts here and there. And that was very popular in those days. People were discovering the globe and bringing back all sorts of things, from strange and exotic things and experiences from all the four corners of the globe. And just making so a pile of curiosities. People wrote books that. He said, just amassing a collection of information is not science. It may be a value to science, but it's not itself science. What about the spider? Well, the spider does the opposite. He doesn't go anywhere, stays where he is, and seems to have his own inside. He spins this enormous, fancy web, beautiful web. It all comes out of his own innards, you see, as if there's no reference to the outside world. So that's not science either. That's more like the philosophers who go on spinning endless words from that world inside, without any reference to the real world. What about the bee? The bee is different. The bee goes from plant to plant, from flower to flower, and he takes out the nectar from each plant. It absorbs all this into itself. Then it goes out of itself, from all this what it's collected. It produces something quite new, something which is its own, inimitable honey. He said, that's the paradigm of science. Collect every way you take out the essence. Then you must digest it, take it in, absorb it, and then you can distill out something, your own wisdom, which is science. So one could ask oneself, one's talking about doing a little science. Have you made a little honey today? Have you taken something, collected something, information, facts and observations, absorbed it all, distilled it all, and then produced something of your own, some understanding of your own, which is your own honey, your own, and has a flavour quite different from what you collected. And that's the science. So I think you can, making honey is a good analogy to doing science. And the making of it is an essential part. It's not only the honey, it's the whole process. It's part. So in doing science, one doesn't think now, is it the knowledge you're gaining in particular? The knowledge you gain, if you have no notion how it's gained, is not scientific knowledge. In the scientific knowledge you've gained, you've acquired it, information, knowledge, and you absorb it, and then you make out of it something which is, you put your own stamp on it. Now, that's Mr. Francis Bacon. Let's come a little closer to our time. This little exercise we're having here, this little operation, is sponsored through an organization, call it an organization known as the Joseph Priestley